Main events. Let's talk about AEW. And this is something that I really, really, really wish Joe was here because he loves AEW. But BMACK is here too. So and he always talks about AEW as well. Here is a person's take on AEW. I put it as long as I can, but I can bring it up as well. The big points. Here we go.
Damn.
Now, if you want to talk about number 5, I have right here. But okay, here we go. This was on the Real Wrestling Talk only a day ago from Anthony Sherrod, 2 hours. There could be several reasons for the declining ratings of AEW. Here are a few possibilities. 1, oversaturation. With multiple shows a week, fans might be feeling overwhelmed, leading to a decrease in viewership. I'm going to go one step by step. BMAC, do you agree or disagree?
I think that's some bullshit because finna do, because WWE got what, like 4 or 5 on at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then again, they ain't really having no declining problems. I think at the end of the day, it's about booking the matches that people actually want to see and views that people want to see to hook people. That's what they need to work on.
Okay, I get that.
Instead of this putting stuff together just because it's a hot match.
Yeah,
true.
Although I would gladly take Will Ospreay versus Takeshita every week over Roman and that bullshit they doing over there with the bloodline, and not having not one complaint. But they need the feuds that people want to invest in money wise. That's what they need to do more of.
Mm-hmm.
I give you that. D-Walk, any thoughts?
No, I agree.
Okay, I give that too because again, WWE realized like they took off the show off X. They just canceled that because they realized like it's not working. They just announced that a few days ago. I remember that. So I'm like, all right, cool. But AEW on the same end might not get one show because of low viewership. But we'll talk about the second reason.
Well, let's be clear. Let's be clear. Speaking of AEW, the reason which I don't think people really understand, the reason why they're canceling Rampage is because Warner Brothers Discovery, a part of their new deal, wants them to focus on Dynamite and Collision, which is a smart move. We being honest about that. But they finna get that Fox bag, and that's gonna hit different because Shockwave is going on a Fox network. So they're gonna have 3 shows, but just not under Warner Brothers Discovery. So they're still gonna have 3 shows in 2025, but 2 will be on WBD and 1 will be on Fox.
Makes sense. That makes sense. I like that. But we'll go to number 2. Lack of strong storylines. If the storylines are engaging and well developed, fans might lose interest. BMAC, go.
That's what they need more of, like the strong storylines again, like the Hangman and Swerve. That was very strong because you got people getting stuck in their mouth with needles on pay-per-view. There's some stuff that I would invest in if I was in the Attitude Era coming up watching now. I'm like, damn, if this was WWE back in the day doing that, I'll be investing in WWE. But since their TV, well, hell, PG-13, excuse me, because they can't even cuss on their channel, child. I'd rather be the alternative booking shit that hits the wall in AEW if I was booking shit.
Yeah, I give you that. I respect that.
And then come to find out that they're not gonna even be able to cuss on Netflix. Child, Nick Khan got y'all by the balls, baby. What are we doing?
Yeah, because even in the other places, WWE would say bitch or bastard or ass or kick. Like they can't say that now and alive, and Netflix will sue them real quick with fines. But we're going to
Nick Khan said a few weeks ago, we're gonna always be TV family friendly product. I said, oh, and for the ones who thought they had to go get on Netflix and like cuss up a storm, like y'all was in a bar drunk somewhere. No, ma'am.
That's a damn
Nick Khan said that on my watch.
Yeah, because again, they want to make more money for the kids. But we go to number 3 for AEW: poor booking decisions, mismanagement of talent, mismatched feuds, or inconsistent character development can turn fans off. Thoughts?
I agree.
Okay.
They need better booking in certain stories and with certain talents, and they need better character work with certain talents as well. What they did for Tony, they should do it for key ones who can handle the pressure of being in that spotlight for at least 9 months to
Yeah,
develop a character into as good as Tony is.
yeah. You know who they need though? They need Shane O'Mac. They need to come on here and they got
Sir,
Shane O'Mac.
we're not entertaining that conversation tonight. We we not we not doing that. One McMahon was enough. We don't need another one.
He's right. We don't need another one just doing some crazy shit. So let's go to
Mm-mm.
number 4. Let's go to number 4. Increased competition. Other wrestling promotions or sports entertainment programs might be drawing viewers away, which I actually want to agree on that because the smart thing for AEW to do is to do what other TV shows do when they talk about wrestling. When they talk about wrestling, they always talk about WWE. Oh, we're trying to go to the WWE. You're trying to what you need to do is find other shows and start saying your name out there in other
Oh,
shows.
you talking about like unplugs and shout outs. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Yes.
Like that's
Yes.
the way that in time people that keep and the Jersey Shore, one of the guys in AEW made a good standing by it was Zach Clayton, and he made a good
Absolutely
standing for
on that.
yeah.
Mhm.
But at the same time, the first question that they said after he's like, "Oh, I work in this, I do this and this is. Oh, you want to go to WWE?" You're like, "No." He should have said, "No, I want to go to AEW because AEW is the place to go at the moment. Like it's
This
hot,
is why them
yes.
moving to Max next week. It's going to be vital to have Mercedes Monet all over their press media run because fans are familiar with who she is and where she came from.
That's
Oh,
right.
wait a minute. Like, that's Tasha from WWE. Oh, wait, she over there? Like, when she have her all over their press tour, make her familiar with the people who are just getting Max so they can say, oh, damn, she wrestled for like a new company now. Shit, like, let me check out, like, just so I can watch her wrestle.
True.
Word of mouth works.
It's coinciding with what the Creature Commandos things is doing and all the other stuff right there. It's just like it makes more sense to catch them up. Well, but we'll continue on. Number 5, last, changing in viewer habits with the rise of streaming services, Max, Netflix, Hulu, and all these other things. Fans might be watching content on demand rather than live, affecting TV ratings.
I disagree with that.
I as well because
I disagree. Like, unless it's a holiday,
yeah,
they're going to be watching wrestling during the week. Like,
yeah.
let's just let's just be real. You know, so like, unless it's a Friday night, people will be watching wrestling during the week.
Yeah, and I want to disagree.
What I don't want to watch, what I don't want and won't be watching is 3-hour Raws and 3-hour SmackDowns in 2025. Y'all can keep that shit.
Hell no. We're not going back to 2010 all over again. We are not going back to those days again where it was just But I want to make a point on this, BMACK, before you continue. The reason I'm disagreeing with this is that the reason my beautiful, wonderful, extravagant girlfriend started watching wrestling because it was once we found out, hey, we can watch this live on Hulu, or we can watch this live on Peacock, or we can watch we can watch a pay-per-view right live.
Experience watching it live.
Yeah, like we can watch it the next day, but the next day, for example, when and a story about this is that when we started
clips have come out and commentary and everything else, and then Alex is the type of person that he sees all of that before he gets to watch the match.
Yeah, and it sucks when I started doing
basically you get the meat and the potatoes through the highlights, and then you decide whether you want to watch it or not. I get you.
Yeah, and that's not the real experience because, for example, I started NXT time. I mean, sorry, D-Walk started NXT time with D-Walk, and he's like, "Hey, jump on with me. Let's talk about things." And I had to tell him, "Motherfucker, I ain't seen shit, dude. I've only seen like 2 or 3 clips. I gotta fucking win this shit. Like, fuck, you know, I can't see this shit live.
Long time.
Yeah, I was like that for like the first month."
Do you think that they can take the fun out of it? Like, do you think that they can take a person's enjoyment out of a product by just watching clips versus actually watching the whole thing because they done dissected what they wanted and then what they didn't want? They just leave on the table.
Of course. I've heard so much grand history from Vic Joseph bringing up stuff from Booker T and all the shit that he did over the 90s and 2000s, and that doesn't come out in the clips they put in WWE. Like, they put a minute of the stuff between Petrovic and Ashanti and Dion, but they're not putting the whole 90 seconds of when some other shit happens 30 seconds before that. Like, that's the part that Cardala, which is the name of my beautiful girlfriend, and me love seeing it. D-Walk, sometimes D-Walk likes it, but I like watching it. I like watching it from beginning to end. The small clips, the Easter eggs, the little mannerisms that you don't see in clips. And I love clips, mind you. I love it when like, oh, the last match, you see the whole match from the beginning, no interruptions. Great, awesome. But I wanted to see the match before the final match. I wanted to see all that. I wanted to see something. I wanted to see something.
Like I need to digest everything from start to finish, so I can enjoy everything. Because if I'm just watching a clip of what I like, I miss something that I really needed to see because I only seeing what I was wanting to see. So that's why, I'm not a believer in dissecting wrestling when it comes to certain clips. Just show me the full show.
Yeah.
I can get up and go to the bathroom if a match is whack. Like that's not a problem.
Exactly. And that's the way it should be for casuals and for people like me and D-Walk and Joe that watch it, that instinctively, like a fucking robot, dissect everything every single time. I dissect the commentary, I dissect the freaking videos, I dissect the moves and what the botches are and what are not, the post live interview, pre-live interview. What matters in streaming services now is that you have the ability to watch. Like Netflix was smart, like you said, Netflix was fucking smart doing it live Mondays and Fridays. Boom. But you didn't put Netflix on Netflix. You didn't put NXT on Netflix, which was the dumbest thing ever. Yes.
Now that we're talking about streaming services and like the wrestling, do you think that's gonna kill the ratings discourse online that you see of, I call them deranged fans because they really, really are crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Obsessing over ratings when it shouldn't be. Do you think that's gonna tone down now that WWE and AEW are both going to be on streaming at the same time?
I mean,
because let's be honest, we're not gonna know who's getting what ratings unless the rating companies put them out. Like Netflix ain't gonna be like dropping their ratings like that. Warner Brothers ain't gonna be dropping their ratings for AEW like that. So we ain't gonna be knowing what's going on.
Yeah, it's true. If it does actually put a delay to things, I could see that happening. It throws people for a loop. They have to get creative.
Good, because I get tired of getting online every day, seeing so and so only sold or only had something like amount of people attend. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, people are so focused on numbers.
Yeah, it sucks.
It ain't stopping your bag. You ain't getting the money, so why you worried about it? That's what I want to stop. Like I want the ratings discourse to stop. Like.
Yeah.
And just enjoy the fact that you got two big companies at the same time on streaming. We didn't have this shit when WCW and WWF was around on streaming. Imagine if they was on streaming and they was getting $4 million a week. That would have been crazy.
Yep.
But we're not in that era no more. Just enjoy the wrestling.
Yeah. Well, so let me ask: is Netflix going to do these shows live?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Monday and Friday.
Raw will be live every Monday.
Yeah. Okay.
Now this is the problem though. It's 3 hours. Yeah.
I also like on Friday nights. I agree. That's kind of weird to have wrestling on Friday night
with ads, by the way.
Yeah. Well, ads are
3 hours too. SmackDown going back to 3 hours too.
They're missing out. They're missing out by not having NXT for sure.
No, NXT's on CW. They had to expand that to get more viewers.
So it's like Marvel. Bits and pieces are spread out across the different networks.
But that's the bad thing about CW. You have to have a specific app to watch that shit live. Like, cause we have it on our TV and we can't watch it live on our TV.
Or like a subscription. And
it's like, oh, it's supposed to be free. Like, no, it's not free, motherfuckers. So, and then on top of that, you get to see it like around 2:40.
Rampage last night.
Yeah.
This is why I'm glad AEW canceled Rampage last night, because they're not gonna have that. Oh, ain't nobody watching that shit on the Friday night conversation no more, because they ain't gonna have it at all. They're just gonna have Dynamite on Wednesday and Collision on Saturday.
Makes sense.
Which will be live on that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Damn. But again, as long as I get to watch my NXT on Wednesdays, NXT time with D-Walk on Wednesdays at 9:30. Check out Mr. Dot Flint 810. And Joe gets to watch. Like, again, I'm not gonna watch Raw. I am not gonna watch SmackDown because I cannot watch 3 hours. I grew up in the Daniel Bryan 2013 era. I had to watch 3 hours every Monday to watch like 5 minutes.
3 hours is what?
Yes.
I can't even watch a 3 hour movie.
Yes.
That's too much.
You know what sucks about this sweetheart? Is that I used to like watching like Daniel Bryan, and after that the B Team, and after that everything else. And when you had a B team, a tag team called the B Team, right? They only did 5 minutes, so you had to wait 3 hours to watch a 5-minute segment. That's it. Maybe a minute extra backstage if they thought it was popular. It sucked. Okay, Bray Wyatt segments, you have to wait for the whole show to get like maybe a 5-minute Bray Wyatt segment.
Yeah,
that's too much. 3 hours is
And
too
then,
much
you
for
know,
anybody to consume, especially if you got a job and you work.
Exactly. They're putting their eggs too much in the basket because they realize, oh, we have all these streaming services. Let's go back to 3 hours again. No, it doesn't work that way. Baseball's baseball. Football's football. Wrestling, if you can't say curse words, but you can't go back to the old days of the 90s and late 90s where you had some great storylines, great matches, great rivalries, it's not going to work. If you're focusing too much on asses like Nikita Lyons, Jada Parker, Kaylani, Brinley, Petrovic,
I'm glad
Bailey,
you mentioned that.
DL Bailey.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. Let's go.
Because obviously, I do agree. I've been noticing, because for context, we're doing ratings, right? NXT ratings, little snippet of our own.
Alex, I like your girl already. She pays attention more than you think she do. Girl, go ahead.
I've been seeing shit, but yeah, like
go ahead.
my thing is, there's a lot of wrestlers that I see a lot of potential in, but they're limited in their sex appeal, and it's very frustrating seeing that, especially as a woman watching wrestling and like seeing when something is obviously meant for the male gaze. And like, I just feel like it limits wrestlers a lot. So like, yeah, when we're talking about Jada Parker and Nikita Lyons and how they're all ass, like that's not on them, and that speaks nothing of their skill. That's on WWE and the men that want to get their dicks hard. But anyways,
no, Alex, can I ask her a question? Do you think in that case certain females in certain companies rely on too much sex appeal to get them over versus that actual skill? Is that a hindrance